Oh my! Yes, it's GameByte, and GameByte wants you to get 10% off of all your purchases on drinks.com. Yes! If you're watching the video version, use that promo code on your screen right now. It's quitstalling_366 when you check out and save yourself 10% off of all that gamer swag on the jinx.com store. Yes! All the gamer swag on the jinx.com store. Actually, all the swag on the jinx.com store is 10% off when you use the promo code quitstalling_366. So use it! Use it now! Use it later! Use it during the holidays and save yourself 10% off of everything. Everything. As Gul'dan would say. Welcome everyone to GameByte. Yes, it is GameByte, the weekly podcast. Weekly podcast that talks about video game news, gaming news in general, on a much more lighthearted note. Well, we try. Sometimes we get heated. Sometimes it's the summer. It's really hot. And we get heated. And we tempers flare. Just like our nostrils. I am your host. I am Herald Silvestre. Welcome, everyone. Welcome. I'm broadcasting live from the Quit Stalling Media Studios studio. Here in the Philippines. Yes! It's me. Again. And with me today, I've got my usual gang of hoodlums, hoodwinkers, and they're nice guys. They're pretty cool. They're alright. Some of you will get to meet them on Saturday next week, February the 2nd. Let's start off with why is this popping up? Let's start off with the man who's been on the show for the longest time, longest running podcast co-host here on Quit Stalling. We're rebranding his name. He's the man formerly known as the Jack Black of video games until Jack Black actually started doing a video game YouTube channel. It's Instant DZ. Hey, Diego Z. How you doing, buddy?
Francis gave me a good idea. He says in chat, I want DZ to have his own What's Jablin Jables, right? So over the past week, These Nuts has been quite popular among the polls. So imagine I said, "What's up?" Imagine like when I want to talk to yours. What's up with these nuts?
What's crack-a-lacking on these nuts?
Yeah, right. I think it could work. Actually, I'm starting to like these nuts. What's up, these nuts? See, how many puns you can do with that.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm. It's leaning towards these nuts.
Look at how much.
See, anything can work.
I'm gonna say that now. Not only are you gonna get so much traction from that, you're also gonna get so much TOS violation reports on Twitch. Oh my God, this man is named These Nuts.
And people can paint their naked bodies. Oh my God.
With these
I'm
nuts.
gonna get reported. All right, but yeah, thanks for joining the stream, guys. Appreciate it. Always a pleasure to be here. Always a pleasure to have everyone on stream. But yeah,
awesome.
So now for the third guy on our other regular, how does this go again? Oh yeah, he is the resident tavern keeper of Quit Stalling, Mick DeGuzman. How you doing, buddy?
Hi guys. Sorry, I'm not in the usual setup because BLDT failed me today. I had internet up until like lunchtime and then it just disappeared. So I'm using my phone. Yeah, I'm using my phone and I'm using this really nice headset that I have. So good evening to everybody. I can't read the chat. I'm really sorry. I really wanted to see what everyone's saying on the chat right now. But then yeah. Hey guys, how are you doing? How are you, Jegs? How are you? Harold, I missed you guys. Haven't seen you guys in 4 weeks except on GameByte. But that's different. Yeah. Oh boy.
Well, it's looking like a good show today, ladies and gentlemen. We got the usual suspects here today, and These Nuts, the Fury Bot, and I was born with this name. It was pretty cool. Harold are here to entertain you, ladies and gentlemen. So, you know what? I gotta start things off how I normally do. Oh wait, before we do, I love Iron Hammer Stream's his new tagline for you, Diego. You could start off your streams with this. I could introduce you with this. Actually, no, you could just say it right after I introduce you. You could just be like, "Yo, what's up? It's these nuts checking in."
Okay, we're not going that far.
What
Go
do you
on.
mean?
No, because these nuts supposed to be these nuts are the followers. Right? That's the followers on the channel.
Oh my god.
These nuts are.
How
That's why I
you
say,
do-
"What's up, these nuts?" But yeah, I don't think I can call myself these nuts.
Oh man.
Oh
Oh,
man, you're getting the
boy.
But
shaft
I get
for
it.
that
These
one.
nuts checking in. I gotta hand it to these nuts.
I'm just gonna clip out every time we say these nuts from this episode. That'll be our promo for next week.
Let's have a these nuts counter.
Yep.
There we go. We have a counter. Bing, every time.
Someone,
Generation X.
someone give me a counter. Don't give me a counter. Someone remind me tomorrow, like Diego or Mick, remind me, or type it in our Facebook chat to do a counter for our next promo.
Oh, we should have a thing like that. Okay, I'm sorry to chime in, but I have to say this. Do you know Bob Ross has a Rip Devil counter? Because in the Bob Ross
Rip
streams, he always
Devil?
beats the devil out of his brush, right? So every time he does
Yeah.
that, someone in chat will go exclamation point Rip Devil. So the Rip Devil count last I checked was 49,583. That's how many times he's beaten the devil out of the paintbrush, or that's how many times he's
Yeah.
beaten the devil. Bob Ross is an amazing Twitch channel, I swear.
Yeah. May his soul
Uh,
rest in peace.
That's so good, so good. Iron Hammer stream once again with another fantastic contribution. He says we're all a bit nuts for these nuts. I like it. I like it. I like it. We're
brings
gonna
the
roll with
count
that.
to like 9? Do we have a nuts
I-
counter at 9? I think, or 10?
nuts
maybe.
counter?
A nut counter.
The
the
nut
nut-
counter.
The nut counter.
No, let's not
Batchy.
call it the nut counter, okay? Let's not call it that, okay?
That's a nut. Oh, ooh, pun intended. I see.
Okay. So if you guys aren't aware yet, if you guys haven't seen the Facebook promos, if you're listening to the audio only version of the podcast, our objective today, or one of our objectives for today, is to help Diego Z rebrand himself. He's tired of being Insta DZ. So give your suggestions in the chat, tweet them to us, hashtag these nuts, and we'll see what we can come up with. We'll see what we can come up with. If it ends up being these nuts, I will not be disappointed.
Oh my god, I can imagine. Imagine if I were to ever actually go with these nuts as my handle. I'm in an event. Here's your host, these nuts.
These nuts.
Beside me is these nuts.
Why don't you introduce yourself? He's famous YouTuber. Famous Twitch streamer and podcaster. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our nominee for streamer of the year, these nuts. What a beautiful,
like the first event
what a
Diego
beautiful-
attends as these nuts, they'll be like, "Really? You want to be known as that?"
Yeah.
Oh man. Okay. So we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out as we go along. But we'll start the show as we always do, and I'm gonna ask everyone in the chat, and of course my co-hosts, what have you been playing? So these nuts. Let's start with you.
Okay. What have I been playing? Okay, well, Harold, you know this. I borrowed Breath of the Wild for the Switch from Harold, from Harold and Tracy. The thing is, I've already played Breath
Nice.
of the Wild. I've already finished it on Wii U. But man, till now I still consider that the best open world game, and I want to play it again. And I didn't get enough of it because and now that the Switch, like I use the Switch more than the Wii U. I mean, I don't even use the Wii U. It's with my girlfriend. So I want to play Breath of the Wild again. So I got it. I borrowed it from Harold. I'm just playing with the Switch every night. Other than that, I've officially, I've taken a break. I'm taking a long break from Blackout and any other battle royale game. or at least until Anthem comes out. Right now, I've come back to Overwatch, which honestly is I feel good about it. It's like you went to rehab or doing something. Let's say for whatever. Let's not say drugs. Okay, let's not say drugs.
You just said it.
Well, no, let's not consider drug rehab. Let's say just like another kind of addiction rehab. Okay, but it's more of a healthy relationship.
Let's not say drugs, and then you just drop the
Okay,
drugs.
imagine you're this guy who eats too much chocolate,
Yeah.
right? And it's like to the
Okay.
point where
Okay.
it's breakfast, lunch, dinner. Now it's like I only eat chocolate for dessert. That's how it feels. Now. It's like exactly. That's
Chocolate.
so now I mean playing Overwatch honestly it's good. Like me, Nick, Sorb, we're back at playing Overwatch.
Mhm.
It's not as salty as it. I mean there are those games you have bad games, but I think it's the mindset we approach our mindset coming into a game where if we're gonna lose, then we're gonna lose. The best we can do is just play better individually. That's
That
pretty
is
much the best way to gauge it. Like I don't, as much as I hate losing SR, it's really just makes you feel bad. Because honestly, when we all, I mean, you guys can attest to this. Even Tit the Tatman can attest to this. That
Sorry,
Overwatch
who?
was pretty. Yeah, Tim the Tatman, not Tit the Tatman. Tim the Tatman can attest to it that stopping Overwatch is good for your health. But I love the game too much that I jump back into it.
I see.
Awesome, yeah. With the
Hey,
jump
that's,
pack,
that's
you have
great.
launched yourself back into Overwatch. When you're feeling too much salt with that chocolate addiction, the best solution is to add a little caramel to that. Just add
Exactly, yeah.
a little caramel. I like that. I like
What
it.
if he added salted caramel?
Yeah, that's exactly.
Salted
No,
caramel.
I mean it's salted. Salted caramel. Still salty.
That's
If you ask me.
okay.
Hey,
Flying over everyone's head. Mick, man, what have you been playing?
Hey, well, Diego went back to Dota 2. I also gave up on Blackout because of lack of content. Because let's be honest here, Activision's pretty slow when it comes to new content. So I've been playing PUBG again. I reinstalled it, played a few rounds because of the new Vikendi map that came out like a few weeks ago. It's a pretty good map. It's pretty fun. It's a lot slower than Blackout, so got a lot of getting used to. It takes a lot of getting used to it again. Being more agile with the sounds rather than just looking around and just running. You have to like stop and be behind a tree, and then you try to listen for the gunshots. Yeah. Well, aside from PUBG, I also went back to Dota 2. Yeah. But then I'm playing this arcade game called Auto Chess. So it's basically chess pieces. But the chess pieces are basically the Dota characters like Puck or Tusk or Phantom Assassin, and then you buy them for a specific amount of gold. And if you get 3 of them, they become a 2-star, and then 3 2-stars make into a 3-star, so on and so forth. So it's kind of like the combination style game. And then you can, since they're on a chessboard, you can put them in specific areas of the board to try and mimic a specific how they're supposed to move.
Okay.
And the cool thing about it is that they also have specific classes, like specific characters are hunter classes, so they have a different AI compared to like warrior classes, and to also knight classes as well have a different AI compared to like assassin classes. So it's a very interesting take on the game, but at the same time I still lose in it, so yeah, it's a little salty for me. So I take my time with that game. Yeah, and of course the Switch. I've been playing a lot of Switch games. I finally completed all the characters in Super Smash Brothers. So hooray!
How has your Switch been, by the
Finally
way?
play with friends.
How has your Switch been?
Oh, well now I have 2 Switches because one's still broken and I still haven't gotten an update. The other one that I bought that's working just fine is working just fine. Yeah, that's all. That's basically the best update I could probably give you guys. So I'll know more about it, how to freaking fix it maybe in the next few days.
Okay.
But then yeah, it's that and of course Octopath Traveler. I finally got all 8 characters, and it's a really good game. I really love it. I love how
So I hear.
the quests intertwine with. I love how the quests intertwine with each other, like
Okay.
how in one area there's one like 2 characters have the same quest there. Like the start of the quest is in that specific area, so you can just go there and then you switch your party and then be able to progress their story. So it's I like it. I really like how everything is just intertwined and it's crazy. You could do so many things. You could just level them up, or you could do their quest, or you could probably take a detour, do something else instead of finishing this person's story. The possibilities are endless, man.
Oh, it's one of
Yeah,
those games.
well,
I
that's it.
like that. I like that.
Yeah, it's a really nice, the traditional JRPG, and it's turn-based, so that's why I love it. I'm a sucker for that. They added a unique system called the break system for it. So they have armor, and then they're vulnerable to specific weapons or specific elements. So you have to like mix and match with specific characters to actually maximize that specific area. So that's really nice. I also like that. That's a really good touch that a lot of RPGs needed back then. Yeah. Well, that's
Awesome,
it.
man.
That's basically all I've been playing. What about you, Harold, man? What have you been playing?
Thanks for asking, Mick. So with me, a lot of us, guys, we play video games to escape from reality. I myself have used video games to escape from the reality that I will never become a pro athlete. So I play a lot of NBA 2K and a lot of FIFA. And I haven't had much time to play video games recently. So not much of NBA and FIFA. But I haven't been able to play a little bit of NBA 2K. I've broken a couple of records. Just 1 or 2 with the Chicago Bulls. One or 2 records, and I've swung the streets of New York as the friendly neighborhood
Wow.
Spider-Man. So I think I'm past midway through. I'm just really taking my time with Spider-Man because I'm trying to milk it as much as I can, and then I'll be streaming it. I was supposed to stream it last week, but we got super busy fixing stuff for the event. No excuses. A lot of excuses. But yeah, I've been enjoying these games, and where else am I gonna get to score 30 plus points per game in basketball? So
Yeah.
good times.
True. Is that my player in 2K?
Yeah.
Is that
Yes,
my
it
player?
is.
Ooh, what's your rating, sir? Come on, let the chat know.
I'm a
Your
solid
ratings.
88. Solid 88.
Oh, that's pretty good. That is pretty good, sir.
Yeah, I can't
That's
shoot
pretty
for
good. Good
anything,
job.
but I'll drive through that lane and bump a couple bodies, and then I'll play some basketball.
Damn.
But you know what? Guys? I want to check the chat real
Yeah.
quick because Iron Hammer stream says I'm playing Seaport and Age of Magic on mobile, and then Overwatch on PC, and then he slacks on his deadlines. So typical
Yeah.
average everyday human being nowadays.
Yeah,
We know.
that is.
Iron Hammer, don't worry. Iron Hammer, Nick also said Say wants the spare Switch. So, would you know anything about that?
What do you mean?
He
Sorry,
says
wh-
he
wh-
says Seikachu wants the spare Switch.
Seikachu wants a spare Switch. Oh, because we hung out like last week with our guildmates back there in our friend's house, and I was preaching about how good Octopath was. And she was the one who broke the news to me that, do you know there's a collector's edition of that? It's like a pop book. And I'm like, oh my god, why did you just tell me this now? I should have looked for it on eBay. No. I want this collector's edition so bad.
Just
Yeah.
do it. Just give
But-
in.
Yeah, I'm gonna look for it, but I do want to buy a board game as well. So, I think I'm gonna go for the board game because
Yeah.
availability's sake.
Just
Yeah.
do it for the board
We can.
game.
Oh, we can play it in Game Over.
I don't think we'll be able to because it's gonna be noisy and
I don't think.
and busy.
Everyone's just gonna be shouting. I'm guessing you're the host, so yeah.
Oh, really?
Our hostess with the most.
I wasn't aware of this, Diego.
Don't look at me,
Surprise!
Damn it! I just want to
Surprise!
relax.
You didn't know? You didn't know?
Relax. Well, I guess I'll have to. I guess. If no one else is gonna do it, I might as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, Mick, like, you know what? Just get the board game. Get the board game.
Yeah, I'll let you know. I'll let you know after the show how I'm gonna get it.
Okay.
We're gonna
Iron Hammer in the chat
strategize.
said. Oh, okay. Sorry.
Yeah,
Iron Hammer in the chat said we made a guy 4'3" tall with all stats on 90 in NBA 2K. That's hilarious, dude. I mean,
That is pretty good.
why do you need height when you can shoot a ball from half court, right? Like, that's all you need. That's all you need. Just throw it before they get to you. All right, so guys, let us know in the chat what you've been playing. DZ, man. Sorry, these nuts. I think Mick. I think that's why DZ's been disengaged from the
Been
conversation.
quiet.
Is because we haven't been referring to him as with his new
Oh
name.
my God! Please
So-
no.
Yeah.
That's our
These
that's our
nuts.
fault. Our
How are we
fault.
doing?
Our bad. Our
Okay.
bad. These nuts. So these nuts.
Yeah.
What's cracking?
I already said what I've been playing.
No, I'm just saying what's up.
Oh. These nuts are up.
It's time. It's time. It's that time of the show where we check up on these nuts. How you doing?
Nice and moist.
Nice, firm, and
Nice
filled
and
with joy.
moist.
Filled with joy, motherfuckers. I'm sorry. Bleep that.
Not on that level of swampiness yet, but you know what? We got some cornstarch here if we ever need.
Oh my God.
Oh man.
Okay. Mick,
Oh, I'm getting blurry again. I'm blurred out again. Wait. I gotta do it
you
again.
can't play Zenyatta because you've lost your focus.
There we go.
Okay,
we go.
so we're gonna move on. We're gonna move on, guys, because we got a little bit to talk about, and I implore my co-hosts to stay a little quiet because it's time for the news. But we got a promo to go to. So I'm gonna hit it. Here we go.
This is high quality entertainment. Making it hard for me. Really scraping the bottom of the barrel here. It's booming.
Yes, it will be booming this Sunday morning. I think that's gonna be Saturday night Eastern time, where Thist will be coming from. But yes, we'll have Thist, the one and only Thist from Lagging Balls and the BattleNet News, aka Convert to Raid, on GameByte this Sunday morning. Actually, I put in the promo Herald and Diego will be there too, because she says you know, we're really scraping the bottom of the barrel. But Mick, will you be there? Because you never confirmed. That's why I didn't put your name yet.
I don't know. Since I'm not in the promo, I guess I'm not.
All right, well, we'll miss you, but you know, it'll be fine.
Right. See ya.
Don't worry, we'll put that on post. We'll fix that on post.
We'll have more promos. Don't worry. Well, there's no way I'm not gonna publicize this more than once. But so Mick, you will be there. just to clarify.
Let's see. Probably, most likely. I ain't got nothing. I ain't got nothing on. Way I do, but then like that's like. Nah, it's fine. I can do it. It's in the morning. Yeah.
All right. So Sunday 9 a.m., ladies and gentlemen, check out GameByte, a very special weekend episode of GameByte where we'll have the one and only Thist from Lagging Balls and the BattleNet News and BattleNet Sports, BattleNet Esports on the show. We'll talk about Blizzard Esports, actually pretty much everything that we can think about in relation to Blizzard. So we're talking Overwatch, Overwatch League, a little bit of World of Warcraft. You know, some of them. Maybe a couple of them hot. Well, you know, rip. But we'll be talking about all that on Sunday. Yes, check that out, guys. Sunday morning, Philippine Standard Time. That is January 27 here in the Philippines. January 26 at night in New York, where this is going to be streaming from. So check that out, ladies and gentlemen. All right, we got a little bit of news to get to, just a little bit. So, what do you guys want to start with?
What's the first one? Okay, let's go with this one. Rogue One writer says EA has catastrophically mismanaged the Star Wars game.
All right. Well, no surprise that EA is getting heat. Okay, so the writer of one of the writers for Star Wars Rogue One, a Star Wars story. Sorry, I need to correct myself there, or else they would have revoked my geek membership. So the writer Gary Whitta, all right, a writer for Rogue One, a Star Wars story, is pretty much hot when it comes to the topic of Electronic Arts and the way they've handled the Star Wars license over the past decade, or less than a decade actually, because they're if I'm not mistaken, guys, we talked about this last week. Their deal runs a decade long, and we're only like 6 years in or something like that. Yeah, damn.
And they only released 2 games in 6 years. Actually, no, in 3 years. I take it back.
Yeah, I saw an infographic on that, and the 10 years before EA took the license, there were like 20 games that were released in the span of 10 years. So like, come on, guys, and not cool. So going back specifically, so Gary Whitta was on Kind of Funny Games Daily, and he didn't pull any punches, guys. He was saying, to quote, "I saw a bunch of that game and it looked terrific." So he's referring to the Uncharted style Star Wars game that was canceled, the Amy Hennig written Uncharted style game, and this is separate from the game that we talked about last week, the open world title that was canceled more recently. So Gary Whitta is really mad at EA. So he's saying, after it was canceled, again referring to the Star Wars Uncharted style video game, after it was canceled, I saw some stuff. I saw what they had up to that point. It was far from finished, but it looked amazing. It would have been Star Wars Uncharted, which I was very excited about. My understanding is what they were saying, and he was referring to EA, all the way through, is that we don't want to make Star Wars Uncharted. Well, maybe don't hire the narrative director of the Uncharted games to make it for you and figure out what it is you actually want.
Stupid.
He says, if I was an EA shareholder, I'd be effing furious. It has been catastrophically mismanaged. So we went at length about how we feel about EA and their management of Star Wars properties last week. And, in light of this new fuel to our fire, guys, I want to get your opinions real quick, specifically about what Gary Whitta has said.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, Diego, these nuts. You wanna go?
No, please.
Try it out?
Go, Mick. Go ahead.
Oh, well, for me, it's kind of hard to like imagine a Star Wars Uncharted. I get why maybe EA gave it up, but it would be a really good concept. That's the thing. You really the thing about gaming or video games in general is that you take an existing franchise and you try to recreate it and you try to give it a different perspective. That's why we love these games. Like, for example, I have to use Game of the Year winner God of War, 2018's Game of the Year, God of War. They took an existing concept. They took an existing hack and slash brainless game, and they injected steroids in it. They gave it a really a better story, a more unique, not really a unique, but a different combat system, and it gave birth to some. They reinvented the whole franchise. Exactly. And the thing is with Star Wars, look at the track record of Star Wars. They had KOTOR 2.
Talk about reinventing a combat system.
Battlefront. They got SWTOR, which is the Old Republic, the online version of it. If they created something that was an Uncharted, which is a very story-driven game, wow, that would have been great. I can imagine it, right? Like, Harold, I mean, you are our resident Star Wars guy, resident Star Wars game guy, because I'm pretty sure you played most of the games that they released, including SWTOR, because you mentioned that before. Now, wouldn't it be nice to see, not even an Uncharted-like, but even an open world-like, the one that we spoke about last week, where they just canceled it? Wouldn't it be nice to see something different like that? Like you're walking in the sands of Tatooine, just looking for something, right? Oh man, that would have been great. And I think they really missed out. I don't know why they're having such a hard time looking for a good franchise, or rather looking for a good genre to try to create.
Yeah.
Maybe they're after the money. Maybe, like they're looking for this Uncharted game might not have enough microtransactions. Exit. Maybe it's that.
He said the M word, these nuts. He said the M word.
Yeah, no,
Oh,
like
Mo.
actually, that was one of the things I wanted to agree on is that, I mean, as bad as and as such a cop, I mean, it's already been said. People always consider that it's because they don't know how they're gonna monetize it. That's why they're canceling it. Like it's not monetizable enough. So let's cancel it. But I mean, yeah, like what can I say that hasn't been already said? So TLDR, I have no idea what to do. What else? I'm not surprised. I'm just not surprised. There's nothing new I can say to show anyone what I think about EA. It's just that, man, they're destroying something good. That's pretty much it.
Yeah.
Oh man, I understand, and I'm with you guys. I really feel the ire because we love Star Wars. I mean, the only people who don't like Star Wars are probably, the people who, I don't know,
Trekkies. Just kidding.
Okay, let's not start a war. Let's not start a war. But you know what I mean? Like, it's hard to not like Star Wars, even if you're casual, because like Star Trek, it has had such a huge impact on science fiction. The fact that, we've talked about our belief systems previously here and on the Geekcast, and how pop culture affects our belief system. There's a lot of stuff that affects it. So, like, there's a reason why we're so attached to the Star Wars franchise. There are multiple reasons why we're very attached to the Star Wars franchises. And, like the fact that a company like Electronic Arts is handling the gift, well, they paid for it, but the license, the privilege of owning the license to Star Wars, to make Star Wars video games, and they're just squandering it. It's very infuriating because we know the games we deserve. We know what games we want to play. Like we want to be Han Solo. We want to be, me specifically, Luke Skywalker in a video game. We want to have that tangible feeling of pressing a key on a keyboard or on a controller and moving forward and slashing or shooting interactively, like we've seen these characters do on the big screen. And that's no secret because we all grew up on these. We all grew up on these heroes and these movies. So it's hard for us not to be really pissed. You know what I mean? And I understand Gary with his anger because he's a writer, dude. This guy has touched the grail. You know what I mean? So like, this guy knows what should be in video games. If someone were to pay him enough to write a Star Wars video game, I'm sure he would not disappoint us.
Oh, Harold, who's the name again of the creative director for the former creative director of Uncharted, the Uncharted series? The writer, sorry.
Amy Hennig.
So he did mention that, if you hired someone who wrote, if you didn't want an Uncharted game, why did you hire Amy Hennig?
Yes.
It's actually pretty true. I mean, come on, man. It's even if you tell Amy Hennig, okay, this is what we want. We don't want something that's somewhat comparable to Uncharted. It's still gonna come out a little Uncharted-esque. I mean, come on, that's the writing style of the writer. So you should have gotten someone. If you wanted to get someone, maybe you should have gotten like an up-and-comer, or maybe like a Star Wars fan theory dude that will probably follow whatever it is that you say, EA. I don't know.
Yeah.
Why are you... Oh, man. They missed out. I'm going to say this. They missed out, and I feel like Disney should pull a Bungie and just kill the whole kill the whole contract.
Kill the
And just
deal.
give their IP to someone else who can actually make something.
Yeah.
For
exactly.
Christ's sake,
See,
come on, man. Battlefront 1 was already lacking in content to begin with. Like its rollout of DLCs or content in general was so slow that it killed the player base.
Yeah.
Battlefront 2, on the other hand, had so much problems with microtransactions. So both are riddled with problems. So if Disney's not seeing that, I don't know why Disney's giving them so much chances. Because let's be honest here.
Because they're
don't-
on a contract.
I don't think they deserve. Yeah, maybe.
They're on a contract.
I mean, they get. Maybe I don't know. I don't know if they could. If Bungie found a way to get out of Activision's contract with them for 10 years, I'm pretty sure maybe Disney can find a way. Because I really believe that their IP should be with someone else. But then again, I'm not a lawyer, so I don't know how these contracts work. Yeah.
Exactly. I like BMO King of Ooze comparison. Like telling Wes Anderson, don't do Wes Anderson. Like you can't, like, and you have someone who's written or who's directed the Uncharted series story wise. Smugglers, freaking the Indiana Jones of Star Wars. Make a Han Solo story, for the love of God. Do something like, take advantage of this. It's easy to armchair quarterback, but at the same time, we've had Star Wars for decades and we know what we want. We've never had Smuggler the game. Oh, we sort of had, but yeah, never at this level. Never with this level of technology.
Sorry, how many years do they have left for the contract?
4.
I think 4 more years.
4 years left. Okay, I guess I can wait 4 more years. But I mean, I don't want to. But like, I mean, that's the thing. That's all I'm looking forward to, is the contract to end. Is the EA's stint with Star Wars to end. I can't wait for that contract to end so we can finally be rid of it. Or like, I'm just hoping that within those 4 years we don't see an article that pops up that says Disney renews contract with EA. Star Wars. Oh no.
Oh, we might see that. We might see that. They've had a really good. Let's say they've been there ever since. Like let's be honest here. We can't. Like that's already like pushing it.
Guys,
I'm pretty sure they might renew for like.
What?
Oh, we have something in store like that. Oh, sorry. Yeah, Herald.
Guys, if they go under because Anthem is a bomb, we have a fighting chance.
We have a fighting chance.
We have a fighting chance. Don't buy Anthem, people.
Actually,
Free
that's
Star Wars.
that's actually something that's a double-edged. Like, it's a good thing if Anthem is a success, but if it is at the same time, it's like it can be good or bad both ways. Like either result has its pros and cons. Like if Anthem is successful, that means EA is still alive.
Yeah.
But and that that's the bad part. But at least we have Anthem. But the thing is,
That's
if Anthem
true.
bombs, we don't have Anthem. But EA won't be alive.
But we have the infinite possibilities of Star Wars games as well. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
sacrifice the one for the many.
True. I really think that if EA's gonna use the platform, their contract for the licensing of Star Wars, if they want to put it to good use, give it to your team in BioWare, make them stop Dragon Age 4 first, and make them focus on a really good game that is Star Wars oriented, because I'm pretty sure that would be really nice as well. Because they missed on so many chances. I mean, come on, they canceled the Uncharted. I think it was an open world based. Did they also cancel an open world base
That's
after
what we
that?
talking about last week, yeah.
Yeah, that's what we talked about last week.
So, DZ, if Anthem does well, sorry, These Nuts and Mick, if Anthem does well, would you be okay with a Star Wars reskin? Because I'm going to give you my answer right away, and I'm going to say yes. I'm going to say F yes. I almost swore because I'm this passionate. Okay. if you give me a reskin, an open world reskin of Anthem, I'm not saying it's gonna be a direct reskin. I'm just saying if they give us the same game but in the Star Wars universe, I will not be disappointed because it's Star Wars.
You know they do have that, right? They kind of do have that, right? It's called SWTOR. You kind of have
The
it.
Old Republic was a massive disappointment. It could have been so much more, but again, EA killed it.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna mince words with that because I love that game.
I love that game. I loved it as well.
Yeah.
Never reached max level though, sadly.
Well, yeah, it's not for everyone. But yeah.
Oh, true.
No, but yeah, like honestly, these nuts, Mick, would you guys be okay with that?
Okay, well, if assuming that, let's say, by reskin isn't just like it's the same gameplay but in a Star Wars skin.
Yes.
Okay, I wouldn't be okay with that because I mean, just by the basis of it all, if it's just a reskin, I've already played Anthem. It's feel like, oh man, they just reskin and put Star Wars. That's a cop out. I would rather really they just make a good Star Wars game that it's its own thing and not labeled as a reskin.
No,
Did I get too technical with that?
no, you did the opposite actually. So let's
Okay.
remove the label of reskin. What if they give us a game and you're like, oh, this is kind of like Anthem, but it's Star Wars.
Okay,
It's
I'll
all
give you the
about
game.
perspective. It's all about perspective.
No, because because the thing is, okay, fine. You know what? Yeah, I'm okay with it. Let's just go with that. I'm okay with it.
No, honestly, like you wouldn't be okay. You'd rather they give you something that hasn't been done before. Is that what you were saying?
Yeah, like I'm just worried. Because when I'm thinking is that because when I played SWTOR,
Yes.
Yeah.
I told myself, man, this is just like WoW with Star Wars skin, and it didn't make it any better.
Mm-hmm.
That's the problem. So I don't want them to just slap. I really would be okay with it looking like Star, but I don't feel it'll be enough. Because if I wanted a true Star Wars game, I want it to just be Star Wars.
Okay.
And it's
I
built
see.
from the ground up as not reskin. But I get what you mean. That's why like it's hard with that kind of question. Like the basis that it's like Anthem, but it's Star Wars. But I can't even say either because I've never played Anthem.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I haven't played it fully.
Yeah.
I
think you're asking the wrong
I
guy. I'm
definitely
sorry.
agree with you.
I would get by a game that is kind of like an MMORPG, but like if they took SWTOR and then they just made it way, way better, combat system way better, open world experience way better, something like Anthem is claiming to deliver, then maybe I can get by it. But EA's not really, their track record's not so good. Let's be honest here. Battlefield 5 was not so good. What else? Battlefront 1 and 2 were not so good. Inquisition, though it won Game of the Year, it was pretty boring and tedious. So I don't want to, maybe in the chat, maybe you could correct me. Maybe there's a game that EA has made in the past 5 years that's actually pretty good, or even past 9 years. Yeah. So please correct me in chat. But then right now, I don't think that's gonna happen though. I really
That's a
don't.
big ask.
Sorry, I'm
That's a
very.
big ask.
Yeah, it's a big ask. I'm just very skeptical. I'm sorry.
Yeah. I like Revan is such a universally liked character. Iron Hammerstream in the chat says an Anthem-like trilogy on Darth Revan would be balls to the walls.
That would be good. Everybody
Yeah,
loves Darth Revan.
Yeah, everybody loves Revan. Like it's
Yeah.
it's
a
so hard
redemption
not to-
story.
Yeah, man, it's
Yeah,
difficult.
A
Like,
redemption story.
but yeah, so on this point, so Mick, what's your final verdict on the whole? Like, would you be okay with a reskin?
Yeah, I would. Because
Okay.
I'm a sucker for that games in the first place.
Okay.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
let's be honest, I don't think that's gonna happen. But if it does, then good. That's good for us. Good for me.
Okay.
Right.
So if Anthem does well and they do end up doing that, at least two of us will be pleased, and Diego will be tagging along for
Yeah.
the ride.
Pretty much.
Sorry, who's Diego?
Sorry, these
I only
nuts
know
will be
these
around.
nuts. These nuts.
Just smashing it. These nuts will be smashing it.
Oh man.
Smash! Okay, so moving on, ladies and gentlemen. In other news, actually, guys, what else do you want to talk about? We got a couple of things. We got a couple of things to talk about.
Yeah, we got a few things.
Mick,
I
you
can't
mentioned
look at the show.
Dead or Alive during the pre-show.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, Dead or Alive 6. It's coming out March 1, right? Well, apparently, they are claiming that it's going to focus less on the raunchy boob physics and everything, and it's gonna be focused on. They're gonna focus more on, the esports, which is the combat mechanics, everything. They're gonna introduce new things.
Oh, then why even
Diego,
play
I think
it?
you. That is true. Diego, why don't you?
I'm kidding.
Go
I'm
into
totally kidding.
more detail into this, because from all of us here, I think you're the one who's played more Dead or Alive games than us, and plus I don't have the show notes in front of me, so I'm sorry.
Well,
Yeah.
TLDR is that as you said, they're toning down the over sexualization and whatnot, because that's kind of what Dead or Alive has been actually known for the past
Yes.
4 generations of the game. Here's the
Yeah.
thing. If for the 6th one, if they do, then that's fine. Because honestly, the game in itself is a good game. It's a good fighting game. It's just that because they focused a lot on the sexualization of it for the past, maybe for the 5th and 4th iteration, maybe the 5th. The 5th one was kind of meh, or was it the 4th one? I don't know. They spent too much. It was
let's
great.
just
They
say
made
Diego
costumes.
was. Let's just say these nuts wasn't looking at the number. Yeah.
No, I'm trying to remember specifically because it was one of them. They removed some moves from the move list. I think this is the footage from the 5th one, if I'm not mistaken, or is this the 6th?
This is the 6th one.
Could be.
6th one. Okay,
I
you know
think
that
this is the
super
6th
move that you saw that was introduced in
Yeah.
the 5th one, if I'm not mistaken. But then again, that's all they did that was new. There wasn't a leap in how the game played as a fighting game. But you look at Street Fighter, look at Tekken, you see how much those games have grown after every iteration. Gameplay was snappier, the gameplay got better. This one, it kind of just stayed a bit the same. So again, what I'm saying is, if they tone it down and focus on the gameplay, great. If they don't tone it down, haha, and they make the gameplay better as well, even better. Because I think someone labeled it on the notes that they're kind of woke. They should focus more on how the game plays, because the game is a good fighting game.
Okay.
Mhm.
So, being someone that's played it, would you think that if they do focus on the esports side of it, that it could be successful?
I believe so, because it's been part of Evo and like other fighting game, fighting game, FCG fighting game, FGC tournaments for sometimes, just a few times, but they've been removed every now and then. But
Yeah.
I believe that they can do better. I want them to do
Okay.
better.
Would you think
Yeah.
they would go up a couple of tiers in terms of prominence with this renewed focus?
That one I can't say, because I don't personally know how big the fan base is in terms of a fighting game. I know how big the fan base is, but
Yeah.
as a fighting game, I don't know how big.
As the IP, everybody loves Dead or Alive, but as a fighting game, I'm not sure.
Yeah, I mean, like I think
Oh,
Mick, you
man.
mentioned this earlier also about an improvement. Something they're doing is that
Yeah, they're in mid combo. You can actually like get out of the combo, because the thing is, that's what a lot of fighting games focus on. It's like how in Tekken you have the juggle system, or even in Injustice, even in Dragon Ball Fighters, or like MVCI, they all have those specific niches, like they juggle them, or like they put them against a wall and they're just stuck. And then with Dead or Alive 6, I think what they're trying to do now is that you're not really based on juggles. Your skills are basically on like your combos are really just sequencing. And the thing is, now you can actually try to get out of it, which is pretty cool. I don't know where I've seen those before. I think I haven't seen those before, but
Yeah.
that's pretty cool. I like that. It gives way for new players to actually learn more about the game. Like a few, sorry, a ton of episodes back, like episode maybe was it episode 16 or 17 of GameByte, where we had a our friend Martin Estrella,
Yeah,
who was
yeah.
talking about frames. I think that this would probably be a really good introductory game for people who don't know about like frames, like how which move takes the less frames to take, so that you could sneak in a combo or two. That's
Episode
yeah. I think
18 because you can Google
18.
GameByte.
Oh.
Oh, nice with Google.
One thing also that oh sorry, Mick, go ahead. You weren't done.
Oh no, I'm done, man. I was actually done.
One
Yeah.
thing also that I found that was like different among the fighting games, was one thing that Dead or Alive had that the others didn't. They fully embraced the whole rock paper scissors mechanic.
Oh.
There's usual. There's There's striking. There's grabbing, and then there's countering. Um,
Mhm.
Among all, like if you say Street Fighter, Soul Calibur, Tekken, they all have counter. You can parry, right? You can parry.
Yeah, you can parry.
But this, for me, it's Dead or Alive that does it the best because, um, it how do I there's
You got
specific. I mean,
this.
it's more it's more prevalent to use than not to, because in Soul Calibur I can play and I don't even parry a single time, but this one parrying strikes yield.
I think it's important.
It's like it's a high risk, but it's a good reward. It's like a low risk and still a
Yeah.
good reward. So it's not such a bad. That's what I said. They embrace the whole countering method. They embrace the whole rock paper scissors.
I see.
Strikes are countered by the counters, the parries. Parries are countered by a grapple, and then grapples are countered by strikes. So you have to think about that, and you have to predict what your opponent is going to do, which of course again is present in any FGC, in any fighting game, but they embrace it wholly here.
Oh, I see.
Awesome.
That's
Excellent.
good. Though I do have a question though for you guys, and
Yeah.
especially people on the chat as well. So seeing that Dead or Alive 6 is trying to steer away from what made it famous, which is the over sexualization of women and something in general. So you could say they're woke. Because sorry, backstory. In the article they were mentioning about Mortal Kombat 11. With its over, like super, like almost laughable brutalities and fatalities. Is it right for games, like games that got famous for something that was acceptable about 10 or 20 years ago, and then now it's not so accepted? Is it time for these games to actually get with the times, or do you think that they should keep it that way since it's a classic, it's what made them famous?
Well, it depends to what extent by what they mean by get with the times, because you can
Yeah.
still, if sorry, what is the problem with Mortal Kombat? It's the brutalities and the fatalities are not enough.
Gore everything.
Oh,
No, I mean, like it's too much. I mean, they were banned back in the 90s
yes.
because they basically featured people killing each other in such gruesome ways. Like I think the most iconic one that really got to the old people at that time was when Sub-Zero would just grab the neck and then pull out, and then the whole spine is there, and it's the blood and the guts
So
are still spewing out.
So are people saying it's too much or it's not?
No, I mean, like, it became famous for that, but then think about it now in this genre, it's a form of really bad violence. Like, super, like, oh my god, such creative ways of killing someone, and
Okay.
the one with in the most gruesome way possible as well. So, do you think that? I
I
don't
don't
think
think
that's
they should change anything.
accepted.
I don't think they
I don't
should
think-
change what got them popular, especially if it's Mortal Kombat. I think if they want to go with the brutality and all that stuff, stick to it. That's what they're known for. Just don't compromise. What's really important is the gameplay.
Oh, I see. What about you, Harold?
I don't know, man. If it's a good game, I don't know. It's at this point, it's still pretty hypothetical.
Yeah.
So
It is.
it's hard. let's see the game. Let's see the game. I think, which is
Yeah.
ElderDjinn says the same thing as well. But Iron Hammerstream did give a bit of a compromise. He says maybe stick with the identity, but iterate over what people would view as a problem, which that's always a good approach.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I still remember before one of the Mortal Kombats I was able to buy. I forgot the name. It was on Xbox. The thing is, they actually had to add an option where they take out the blood, because if you turn on the blood, and even if you're just hitting him, you see so much blood spewing out. Or like when you throw your sword at him, there's so much blood everywhere on the floor, everything. So you could turn off that option. And then when my mom was watching me play it, like she entered my room and I was playing it with my cousin. They're like, "Oh my god, anak, that's so, oh my god, that's so gory. There's so much blood. Oh my god!" And I was like, what, 11 years old that time. So yeah. Just a fun-
Violence in video games has always been a
that is
topic.
true.
Yes.
To say the least. It's been a topic. Okay. So, guys, we've talked about EA earlier on in the show. We've talked about EA constantly. But specifically, Anthem is on top of people's minds nowadays, you know? Because, DZ, something's happening this weekend, is it not?
Huh? Just kidding. Yeah. What?
Sorry, these nuts. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. These nuts. Something
These
is happening
nuts.
this weekend, right?
Okay, so the Anthem VIP demo is happening this weekend, if I'm not mistaken. So for all of you guys who have what do you call this, the VIP demo or access to VIP demo, I think you'll be able to probably download Anthem tomorrow or Friday, and to test it out for the 2 days that follow that. If again, just a reminder for those who want to gain access to this demo, you either pre-order the game, you buy the game already, or you can subscribe to EA Access, the premier one, so that's $20 a month, and then you'll get a code, your own code. That's you, one code, and you get 3 extra more to gift to anyone. So 4 codes.
I
pretty
want
much.
one.
Yeah.
Can I have one, Diegs?
No, my brother's giving me one.
Oh,
So Diego's
I
up
have
the
to
one
ask Cisco then.
who is accessing EA. It is his brother. Who will
I was
be-
going,
Yeah.
for the record, I was going to do it myself. But
No
then he
shame,
told me,
dude, no
Jex,
shame.
you want the other code? Okay.
Yeah, like why spend $20? So that was actually gonna lead me to my point. So I guess EA is gonna get a big bump in terms of sales numbers this month for people who are gonna be getting EA access.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they are.
Yeah.
DZ man, so you has the embargo been lifted? Are you allowed to talk about what you got to do?
Not yet.
Not yet. What?
Nope. Yeah, no embargo yet. Well, as far as I know, I can't say anything because, well, when people,
I don't know
people
about
have
you
said-
guys.
People have only been able to say, like, pretty much just give a description of the gameplay and not how they feel about it. So that's all I can pretty much just say.
Okay, that's dumb.
Uh,
So I guess you'll be able to talk about
Yeah.
it this weekend.
This weekend,
So-
yes, because 25 to
Yes.
27, it can be streamed already.
Okay.
It's
So
open beta.
No.
I guess we
Nice.
could talk about it a bit during the pre-show when we're setting up before we talk to Thist. But yeah, guys. So
Yeah, pretty much.
That'd be pretty cool.
EA.com/EA-access. 50 plus games, early trials, member discount, blah blah blah. Money grab. So check it out, guys. It is, to be fair, it is actually, if you plan on playing a lot of the titles that EA has come out with, or if you're like me, you just want to play
Sims.
FIFA real quick,
Play Sims.
maybe a little bit of Sims,
Yeah.
it could be for you, because you only have to pay for like a month of the subscription, then you're done.
Yeah.
Your save files will still be on the cloud.
Yep. But then if you run out of subs, you're like, okay, I have to get more subs. You can't play the
Yeah.
game without subs. So that's a bummer. It's kind of
Or you
like
just end up
PS
buying the
Plus
game.
as well. Oh, you just end up buying the game.
Yeah.
But sorry, I was gonna say, there is some stuff that I've discovered that has been released by other YouTubers, like an info that I could share if you guys want.
Sure.
Yeah, do that in a second. Rick's right in the chat says EA is EA though. Very true statement.
Yeah.
EA is EA. Exactly. Exactly.
For
Rick's
Iron
right. How
Hammer
are you doing?
Stream, he's asking if someone could continue the D's nuts counter, so I'm gonna just put down 0,
These
0,
nuts.
0, 2, 2. Oh, sorry, 2,
Holy
3.
spoiler alert!
Oh, damn it! All the soundboards are being pressed. There we go. Let's see here. Oh, will work for games in the chat says Subway serves good subs. Okay. Okay. So yeah, Diego, go ahead. Drop the knowledge bomb on us.
Well, for those who haven't been able to find much info online, so far what I've found out, some YouTubers have been given access to play the game for like a whole day, 60+ hours. Some of the info that they've shared was like, one thing, you have 20 loadouts, as in you can save up to 20 different customizations of javelins. Again, and there are 4 different types of javelins as well.
So
For
it's 5
those of
each.
you uninitiated, the javelins are the suits.
Yes, the javelins are the
that your
suits.
character wears, which Diego, correct me if I'm wrong, determines your class and abilities.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
that's
Okay.
true.
Can you switch javelins, or are you stuck to your javelin for
Yes,
that
you
character?
can. You can. That's the good thing. That's like the good
Selling
news I
factor.
found out is that I guess this is quality of life. Don't think of it as you're stuck to one character, because you know how in an MMO when you find this armor and you're a ranger, but the thing is it's for a barbarian and you have to it's like it's not yours. The beauty of it is that even if your archer picks it up, your barbarian can still wear it. So if your ranger in your
that's
ranger
nice.
javelin picks up an armor for Colossus, you will have it for your Colossus. You could keep it, and so I think they're making the switching between javelins easy. I don't know how to do it UI wise, but they're trying to emphasize that it's basically a javelin is like a loadout that you pick. It's not exactly this is your this is the only one you can stick with. Not you can have a main, sure, but you can have it's friendly with the others.
Yeah,
I
so
see.
so it's pretty much you are you are your character.
Yes, it's an RPG essentially.
And it's an RPG, and all these suits, all these javelins are your tools. They're your weapons.
Exactly.
You can switch between
Exactly,
them
yes.
freely if you feel like. Okay, that's
like
amazing. So I could feel like, yes,
Kinda like
I am
Destiny.
Herald. I am Iron Man.
Yeah,
It's like a sci-fi Division 2. That's nice.
Yeah.
Or
oh my
Division.
God,
Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, it's kind of like that.
See-
I kind of like it. I kind of like it.
I like that.
Though
I
I,
really
also
like
love
that.
Division 2.
I really like that. It's as if that's the one thing is in video games, you have to be limited by your rules a bit. And this is a good way to skirt around that. Because they have the luxury of, okay, these are just tools, these are just weapons. Unlike in a superhero MMO, like City of Heroes, you're kind of stuck to your archetype. You're stuck to, okay, you're a speedster, you can't be the Superman type anymore because you're the speedster.
Yeah.
So I like this. I like
True,
this change.
it's pretty much what Silfox and ElderDjinn in chat said. It's like Warframe.
It's kind of like Warframe.
Which I
It's
mean,
an EA version of Warframe.
yeah. So I'm glad EA decided to take tips from the ones who developed Warframe. I forgot the developers. Sorry. Another thing that looks very interesting is the way
Digital Extremes, sorry.
the Digital Extremes, yes, is the way that skills work with one another. I forgot the term, but let's put it like this: you have, let's say you spew flame juice. Let's say you spew some flame juice on the enemy, okay, and that does.
Let's say you went molten core.
Yes, and
You went molten core on your view.
Yeah, you spilled the flame juice on the enemy, and then that's you. You did that, and then you have a teammate who's a Colossus guy. He has a the flame detonator that he uses on the guy you spilled your flame juice on. So that enemy will pretty much explode and damage everyone else around him. So it's your skills work with your party mates. That's depending on what skills, and if it's one skill is the initiator, one skill is the detonator. So you have
That's
that
cool.
tandem, and it also
Yeah.
varies
that's
depending
nice.
on an element. There's fire, ice, poison, and lightning, I think. And also, it's also dependent on your javelin. If you're a ranger, when you use a detonator skill on an enemy, it just does more damage to one target. If you're a Colossus, it does an AoE damage. If you're the Speedy Gonzalez one, I forgot the name of the
Speedy Gonzalez guy.
the fast javelin, the typical fast.
If you're a Speedy Gonzalez.
Real quick, I do want to mention this video is brought to us by IGN.com.
Yes.
And also, I wouldn't mind being in a party with these nuts spilling flame juice all over the place.
Flame juice all over the opponents.
And so the fast javelin, as you can see from the videos, it's pretty much a ninja. Does a lot of melee attacks. The melee attacks become imbued with fire element, and for the wizard javelin, it's kind of like, I don't know if it's an AoE damage or basically your whatever spell you cast is fire elemental, but the thing is, it's already a wizard who has elemental, so it's most likely gonna be an initiate. I don't know, something like that.
Okay, DZ, man, you're tempting me to play this weekend, and I know I don't have time because I'm gonna drop $20 and not get to play it. Okay.
You can drop $20 and then give me a copy so I can play it for you.
You can drop $20 and we can raffle off the other two.
Codes.
That would be good. That would be good. That would be good. That would be really good.
You can give one to Tracy.
Oh yeah.
You guys are evil. I don't have $20. I mean, I have $20, but I'm spending it on something else.
Okay. Think of it this way. Again, if you subscribe for 1 month, and if you don't like it, you have the rest of the month to play EA during its golden age. So all the Command and Conquer, Mirror's Edge, I think a couple of Need for Speeds, the first Dead Space, and maybe the second one, but not the third. But you have your access to everything that they have. The Sims, for God's sake.
Okay, that's a nice bonus. Now that you bring it back into perspective, okay, I can play those games. I can play FIFA and Madden. Okay, for $20, do I have enough time this month to play all those games? I think okay, DZ,
yes,
you're evil. You're also a really good friend.
Yeah, these nuts. You're evil.
These nuts
are evil.
These nuts. That's for you, Iron Hammer. Okay, so real quick, I want everyone to know, when does the game actually drop? When is it out? Do we have the release date?
Anthem release sometime Feb. Hold on. It's supposed to be February 22. That's the official game.
Okay, so that's pretty close.
So if you subscribe this weekend, so if you subscribe on the weekend itself, the 26th. Wait, does it start on the 26th for us or for the US?
That's a good.
Check it out. Well, I'll stall. Don't worry. I'll stall. Okay.
Yeah,
so,
we'll stall.
Regardless, while DZ's looking up the numbers, if you subscribe on the 26th, you still get like 4 days after it launches. You still get 4 days of the actual game if you get the month pass. So you could play it at launch and play the VIP beta. So not so bad. Not so bad, especially if you end up liking the game. So, and your brother CZ in the chat, CZ, if you have a spare game key, let me know. Hit me up.
Same here. I like one as well.
He says it's 20 Singapore dollars, DZ. So it's most likely 15 US. Really? Okay, I can spare 15 US. Okay, let's do it.
Wow, and you can't spare 20.
But it says, wait. It says here. It says here I'm looking at the EA Origin Access site. It says $19.90 per month, and it says the dollar sign. So I'm pretty sure that's dollars. That's US dollars, unless.
Well, Singaporean also uses the dollar sign. So does Australia.
Wait,
and Canada.
Don't they show an S before the dollar to signify? Yeah. No, but it's also region.
Maybe
SGD.
So
here's the thing. I'm pretty sure this is dollars, but it changes per region. We talked about this on the show before. Because if you get your subscription abroad, it's a different price. We've talked about this before.
Yep.
Because this is where we got really annoyed because it's different per region.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I remember being furious at this because I'm looking at. Wait, hold on. Let me bring it up on screen before it's making me angry. I'm feeling the feelings again, guys. I'm feeling the rage. I'm feeling the rage. Look at this. Remember this screen? We showed this screen before.
Oh no.
Oh my god. Wait. I gotta say, it's B Moking O Fu just subscribed to us for 3 months in a row. Tier 1 sub.
Yes,
Here's some sub money for the
Nice.
past. Thank you.
Thank you.
Emo.
Thank you so much. Quit stalling, stream. Thank you, Be King of. Okay. So CZ in the chat says if you look at PayPal it says SGD. Okay, we're all just gonna get confused. We can see the price on the screen if you're watching the video feed. It says $19.99 per month for the Premier. It's $6.45 for the basic, but I'm pretty sure you need the Premier, right? To get Anthem.
Yeah, you need the
Oh,
Premier
unless
one.
you because otherwise you just get a 10-hour trial. So you need the Premier.
Oh.
We'll
That sucks.
We'll do a PSA when one of us drops the knowledge bomb. When one of us drops the $15. Oh no, sorry, the $19.90. We'll do a PSA. We'll announce probably on the Sunday show with this. This one, guys. we'll probably drop it here on this episode on Sunday when we have Thist on Sunday 9 a.m. Philippine Standard Time. When we have Thist on the show from Lagging Balls and the BattleNet News. Yes, we're gonna have Thist on the show. I just wanted to drop that real quick. So we'll let you guys know on Sunday, okay? We'll let you know if I actually drop the $20. And we'll probably give away
he's
some of
gonna
the
drop
beta
it
keys.
$20.
I mean, the Singapore dollars, or
Yeah, we'll probably
50.
give the beta keys. If
The
I-
SGDs,
we'll-
baby, the SGDs.
Okay, so I'm pretty excited now. So Diego, real quick, do you feel like Iron Man when you? That's my only question, so you don't have to get in trouble with EA and your account.
Okay.
Your trial account doesn't.
Do you
get...
feel like Iron Man?
Do you feel like Iron Man, or do you feel like not Iron Man? Like
Here. Huh, that is a good question.
I think that's a very
I'm like-
safe question
I
as well.
feel like. Okay, here's the better answer. I feel like the sidekick, War Machine. Put it like that.
okay.
Oh, okay.
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 I feel like a War Machine,
Okay.
but not Iron
So-
Man.
That's a very
we'll
good.
work our
That's
way
a
up.
very good. Yeah.
Still, Fox said it's right. You feel like Iron Man's neighbor.
I wouldn't mind actually. That's being
That's pretty cool.
being the neighbor to the Incredibles, like being Frozone. Yes, I would be.
Frozen. Honey, where's my super suit?
Oh man, yeah, I wouldn't mind. The greatest good I will ever get is I wouldn't mind. Yeah, I would not mind. Okay, so maybe we'll keep an eye out for a weekend stream from us here at GameByte and Quit Stalling. See, yeah, DZ, it comes with 5 trial passes. You said
Three
Three.
trial passes.
3. CZ? No. So no. Okay. So we could if I'm gonna give one to Mick, give one away. Give one to whoever else. We could give one to one lucky viewer. They can play with us. They'll have to play with us. That's the
Or
condition.
Yeah, until
Or else we're gonna report you to
Yeah,
the most
guys,
evil
you have to be the
gaming
healer.
company ever.
You have to be the healer.
yeah.
No,
Be the
no.
healer. Everybody needs a healer.
Oh, how does healing work? Are you like a mechanic? Like,
Okay, that one I don't know. I think. Okay, that one I think that might be a bit. Oh well, not even. I don't know how the healing works. I don't even know the answer to that one.
Okay, we'll figure it out. We'll get there. But yeah,
Let's not really say anything, guys.
yeah. I just realized Diego might still be in his embargo. Okay, that's the last
Yeah.
we'll speak of Anthem till we speak of it again. But we're gonna move on to our
On
final
Sunday.
topic of the night, guys. And it's kind of, I mean, we kind of thought this would happen, right? We've met. I think me specifically, I wasn't too optimistic about Artifact.
Oh man.
But guys, Artifact has dropped, according to reports, 97% of its player base.
Oh my gosh.
That is so sad.
It's
Oh boy.
it's worse than Steep. Not Steep the video game, which is still quite enjoyable from time to time. I'm saying when you say that it's a steep drop, that's kind of an understatement for what happened to Artifact.
Wow. Okay. So yeah, I have something to say about this. As a guy who does love card games, I didn't buy this game. I was very excited for this game. I didn't buy it.
Okay.
Well, one because I got into a new card game called Keyforge, but that's like LAN based, like live based. But this one here, the reason why is that when I found out that there'll be 3 boards, and you'll have 5 heroes in those 3 boards, and then you have to micromanage every board. I'm like, all right, screw it, I'm out. Yeah, screw it, I'm out. I don't want to go through that. I mean, I do have friends like, I do have a friend of the show, Butters. I spoke to him about it, and he did say that he enjoyed the game. He enjoys the mechanics. I do have some other friends who like Sorbetes PH. Hey, buddy. And of course, Death 0703. They both bought the game, and then as they have explained it, that's his username. I can't really like say his real name, but then yeah, he basically said that the reason why they liked the game was because you could lose in the very start of the game, but as you progress every round, you could actually try to turn it around, and any outcome is possible. You can either win or lose, and then just because you're losing in the early game doesn't necessarily mean you will lose in the late game. And I think the reason why this died out was because, well, one, you can buy the cards in the community market, so that's a bummer. Instead of locking it as a collection card game, you're actually making it into a online trading card game now. So that's a bummer. I think they should have just made sure that you couldn't buy the cards on the community market, because once everyone has all of the whole collection, what's there left? Ranking system? I mean, come on, let's be honest. Yeah.
We'll work for games with a popular opinion in the chat saying should have just released Half-Life 3. No doubt.
Yeah.
No doubt.
I'm pretty sure.
No doubt.
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure everyone who was at the live event that CZ mentioned, after everyone's sad because they're probably looking forward to something like Half-Life. not a card game.
Maybe they had like a big announcement and began, what? No, why a card game? And to think that this was actually designed by Richard Garfield, the creator of MTG, and to see it lose that much of a player base, that's pretty bummer. That's pretty much a bummer. Yeah. Though, have you guys tried it though? Have you guys ever like even watched it? Because I watched Kara Cute's stream of it, and let's just say she's not streaming it anymore. Yeah.
I mean, visually it looks okay. It's not just a card game based on the trailer, but yeah, I can see why, based on everyone's feedback, why it is tanked. It's just, sometimes, sadly, there are limits to how many of a specific game can be out there at a time.
Yeah.
Another card game.
Like, it could be too soon or too late. Who's to say, if Hearthstone dies down in the near or distant future, and then this came out, this could have, rejuvenated the virtual card game genre. Yeah, exactly. So it's it might just not have been a good time for it, sadly. But you know what?
Sadly,
yeah, that's how things go.
Yeah, I do hope it does bounce back. I mean, there is still even if it lost 97% of its player base, there's still 3% out there. So the 3%'s keeping it alive. Come on, guys. Plus, at the same time, I mean, come on, think about it. It's a game that you paid a lot of money for. You pay $20 for it. 1,100 pesos. I think. Please correct me in chat.
So Mick, what you're saying is, for the price of Artifact, I could subscribe to 1 month of EA Origin Access.
Yeah, but come on, man. Hey, come on. Valve has a good track record compared to EA, so I'm pretty sure you would probably go for the EA. Oh, you probably go for Valve over EA. Let's be honest here. Come on, man.
Okay, yeah, I'll take it. I'll take that.
We've been giving them crap for almost a year, maybe even 2. That's the truth. I mean, for the longest time, I've been here for how many episodes? Like 57 episodes? 67 episodes?
Oh man.
I think around 67 something episodes. We've been giving them crap ever since.
It's been good. It's been good.
Yeah.
It's been good times. Good times. We're actually, guys. This is actually episode 80. This specific episode right now is episode 80.
Wow.
Ridiculous.
We should really have a live.
20 more Wednesdays to go. In 5 months, we're celebrating GameByte 100. Come on, man. In 5 months.
That's close.
Oh, sorry. My bad. There are 4 Wednesdays. 4 Wednesdays.
So 4 months.
Oh yeah, 20 episodes. Yeah, 5 months.
5 months.
There are 4 Wednesdays in a week. There are 4 or 5 in a month. So, yeah, give or take around 4 or 5 months from now, we are going to celebrate
GameByte does
GameByte 100. Yeah.
Well, are we really gonna do a live episode?
Yeah, dude. We have
should.
episode
We should have a
100.
live.
Like we can't
Yeah,
do it for the
we're gonna-
Geekcast because the guys won't be here. So we gotta do it for GameByte. Okay?
Unless Harold,
Well,
you decide to go there.
we are living here. Yeah.
No,
Whoa,
exactly. So we
why
gotta do
don't-
it.
I feel like we should have GameByte 100 in these nuts, media studio right there. They're behind him. We should all be there, sitting down on his bed.
No, I meant a live
All the
panel.
special
A
guests.
live panel, not a live.
Yeah, live panel there in your
No.
media studio. These nuts. Come on, dude. Come on, you can do it. Come on, it's gonna be fun. We've had a live episode in the Quit Stalling Media Podcast Studio before it became the Media Studio. There in a new location, new undisclosed location that no one knows about.
Yeah. Will Works for Games says a live episode. Wait, this isn't live. I'm talking to a recording. My life is alive.
We'll get an
Yeah.
auditorium and people will go there. That's what we're gonna do. That's what we do.
And by people are gonna go there, it's probably just gonna be your family and close friends, just to celebrate.
Okay, let's
us
not
in
bring them to this
endeavor.
shit show. Let's
Oh,
let's not subject them to
That would be nice,
to
though.
whoever this is.
I can imagine Mick, your mom's gonna be like in the hallway. Go Mick!
Oh no! The light turned off. No, I lost my lighting. Oh no, I lost my lighting. I'm a little darker now. Sorry.
That's hilarious. Oh my gosh.
Oh my god.
Oh
Will
my
Work for Games
god,
says,
we'll work
not-
for games in the chat. Spitting fire. Spitting fire. They had
What did he say? I
families.
He says, "Don't have."
No,
don't
say
have-
that. No.
Don't say it. Okay, I won't say it. All right.
We'll say it later.
I'll just
type it
message.
in the
I'll PM
Discord.
you on Messenger.
Yeah, screen cap it.
Do
and then
PM
send it
me.
to
I'll
him.
see it on my screen. Yeah.
Okay. Whew. Okay, guys. Have we talked about everything we wanted to talk about? I think we're good, right?
I think we're kind of good.
Yeah, that's all.
I want to mention. Hold on. Let me turn the bed music down because people need to see this real quick. I'm gonna play one more ad, guys. It's for next week. Here we go.
Okay.
Yes! Next week, come and cosplay at the Philippine Overwatch community meetup at Game Over PH and get a chance to win 5,000 pesos. Yes! If you come and cosplay to the
Wow.
Philippine Overwatch community meetup hosted by Quit Stalling and the folks over at Play Overwatch PH, you will have a chance to win 5,000 pesos. Just show up and cosplay and we'll pick the best one out. And it doesn't have to be the most expensive. Originality counts 1,000-fold. Especially, Jex, was that Jesse Cox in that May costume?
That was Jesse Cox
That
in
was Jesse
May. That was Jesse Cox in a May cosplay.
So
That was
good.
pretty good.
So good.
Oh wow, that was pretty good.
So good. Okay, yes,
won't lie.
guys. Turn up in cosplay and get a chance to win 5,000. And yes, Show Fox, you don't have to love Overwatch, but it's highly encouraged. But if you just want to come and hang with your lovely friends here at Quit Stalling /GameByte, just turn up 6 p.m. Manila time on Saturday, February 2. We'll be having our event. And it's going to be a lot of fun. We'll have games, prizes, free food. I want to emphasize free food. Next week, February 2, at Game Over PH. Meet Diego Z, meet Mick DeGuzman, and folks
How
like
free is
Sorbetas
free?
PH and JM Torres. What's that?
Sorbetas PH. Yeah. Wait, Nick's not coming. He's
Nick
not going.
can't go. He's got work
Oh, man.
in Indonesia, but you will get to meet these
Wow.
nuts.
Yes.
How many is that on the counter?
I look forward to that.
Meet these nuts.
Probably about 23 times already. Have we kept track of these nuts count? The nut counter?
Stop it.
The nut counter.
Oh my god. All right, here we go, guys. Let's change up the music.
Wait, I do have
because
one last
we are
announcement. I forgot.
ending the show. Oh, go, DZ.
Forgot everything.
Go, these
Okay.
nuts.
All right, real quick. Okay, if you guys were following
right.
Activision last week, or like a couple of weeks ago, they did a scummy thing by releasing a red dot site that you can buy. A red dot site that yeah, okay. They released a DLC that's literally a red dot, and you could buy it. I think it's about $2 to buy, and red dots are supposed to be attachments that come commonly in a game, right? So what they did
Yeah.
just the other day, they doubled down on it and they released a red dot that has a smiley face on it.
Come on.
And the thing is, and you also have to pay for it. And the thing is, this has been existent in other Call of Duty games. The red dot with the smiley dot. The thing is, I can't remember if the previous games gave it for free or if it was also DLC. But I mean, come on, guys, you have to pay for a red dot site and a red dot site with a smiley face. Please,
That's
Come on,
kind
man.
of okay. I'm gonna throw up an image
Kind of low.
on the screen for that. Hold on, let me.
It's kind of low.
Yeah,
I won't lie.
that's
That's kind of
weird.
low.
So is this it?
Yeah.
So this is one of them. This is the open dot. It's red. It's
that's
rare.
the open dot. Yeah,
And here is the smiley.
yeah, that's the one.
Okay.
Oh no.
Oh my God! See,
Will I see through that at all? No. Will I?
Supposedly, that's why I'm gonna
Oh,
transfer.
boy.
I'm finally tomorrow. I'm gonna transfer my my blops for COD back to the hard drive, and gonna put Overwatch back in the solid state. Boom, shakalaka.
Boom
I told you
shakalaka. Come on. Sorry, I'm using ambient light now.
That's
Sorry, I'm
okay.
using my screen.
Oh, I need light too.
My-
That's okay. Mick,
Yeah,
Mick is in.
I kinda need
Mick is
lights.
currently at the Northern Water Tribe. So he's.
Oh, there we go. There we go. It's a little warmer now. Nice.
Fire Nation. Okay, so ladies
Fire
and
Nation.
gentlemen, let me play us out once again. Thank you for tuning in. That's been our show. That's GameByte. Yes, that's been GameByte. And you know what? We want to thank all our most recent followers, like our guest for this upcoming Sunday, Fist. Thank you. Yummy OO, Dog Turcats, Dodge This Overwatch, Link DeWitt, Sam18, Cloverfield with a K, Sinigung, Savage Brute, and Low Nightwolf. You guys are all awesome. Let's thank our subs, shall we? Like Human Panda 22 with 8 subs in a row, not counting all the
Ooh,
gifted
wow.
subs he's already given. So Human Panda,
Wow.
you deserve it. You deserve the special treatment you'll be getting during the event, which is us just Discord calling you.
Non-stop.
It's not that special, but hopefully it's special enough. Miko P as well. Thank you so much.
Miko P! Brother.
Francishu, who's tied with him at second for our number 2 sub. Okay, I was wondering if Mick would say something as well, like Francishu.
Francishu. Sorry,
of
my
course.
bad. Francishu.
Yeah, and
there,
of course
there.
we'll
We're good.
rocket barrage through the rest of these. BMO King of Ooh with 3 subs. Neo Gear, who messaged me during the show and I haven't read it yet. Neo Gear, if you're watching, sorry, I'll reply to you in a sec. Sensei Humor, my co-host on the Geekcast. Monster Plays, Uno Tress, Ion Hammerstream, Baninja, and It's Just Sauce. let's check out our leading bit cheerers. You know, like Neo Gear, numero uno bit cheerer. Nope underscore plays. ElderDjinn, who's falling behind, starting to fall behind, guys, starting to fall behind. ElderDjinn.
Oh no! Oh
He's got that. He had that bronze badge earlier on in the chat. But again, ElderDjinn, we appreciate all the bits you've cheered for us. Nerf Diva, if not now, Gwen, Mershi, Game Ako, hi Jopes. Tita Gamings, InstaDZ, our very first sub, and underscore. Guys, every single one of you, whether you're a bit cheerer that only cheered one bit, whether you're a subscriber who's subscribed to us a billion times over like Human Panda, we appreciate everyone, every single one of you, because without you guys, we'd just be talking to ourselves on the internet, and no one wants to see that train wreck.
True.
Yes, very true. Mick,
Sadly.
DZ, final thoughts on today's show before I ask you where they can find you on the internet.
These nuts, go first, please.
Okay,
Oh,
I go first.
Oh,
You can catch these nuts. I went full circle, guys.
Final thoughts! Final thoughts! Wrong one, wrong
Final
one.
thoughts? Oh my god, sorry.
Too excited. He got too excited.
Got too excited.
I was reading all the puns of Will Work for Games and Silfox on these nuts. All right, final thoughts. I hope I am praying to the Lord that Anthem is good. So I'm looking forward to this weekend. I'm finishing all my work
Hey.
so I can play this weekend.
Yeah.
That's my
That's
thoughts.
it?
Oh, okay.
Those are
Really? That's really it? Wow, oh, okay. We thought we were gonna continue. I mean, like, Anthem
Oh, Dead or
wasn't
Alive's
the
a really good fighting game.
Well-
Really, I swear, it's a good fighting game. it's not, what most people think. As a fighting game, it has potential.
Awesome.
Recommended by These Nuts. You heard it first here on GameByte.
These nuts seal of approval.
Recommended by These Nuts. Oh, man.
Yeah.
Wait, is it my turn? Is it
Yeah.
my
How
turn?
about you,
Okay.
Mick? What are your final thoughts?
So the Fury
okay,
Bot, man, Mick. Final thoughts.
Hey. If Anthem sucks, at least there's Division 2. Yeah. And EA, I don't know what you want to do in life. I think you should just quit and just make your own cell phone or something. I think you should just stop making games and just make cell phones or something like that. Maybe. And then last but not the least,
everything.
Call it.
everything. And last but not the least, I hope that Valve finds a way to revive the Artifact community, because it was a promising game. It's not for me, but it was for a lot of other people, and I hope that they figure out what will make people come back and play the game. Yeah,
Awesome.
It's
I really
time to
do
play
hope.
the game.
Yeah. What about you, Harold? What are your final thoughts about everything we talked about?
All right, so my final thoughts. Let's see here. One, EA, if you're not gonna give us any of the games we want, either let go of the license or just give me the young Luke action slasher that I've been wanting since I was 7. Okay, that's
I see.
our most highly downloaded episode of the Kutsan Geekcast is Sebastian Stan for young Luke. Add to those numbers, just download that episode. Another point is Anthem. Please don't suck, but if you do, also thank you. And then lastly, I guess, sorry, Artifact. And yeah, that's about it.
Yeah,
Thank you everyone for tuning
that's
in.
good. Well said. Well said.
Mick, where can the folks at home find you when you're not on the Quitflying Geekcast?
When I'm not on the GameByte podcast, I am
Sorry,
on
on the
Twitter.
GameByte podcast.
Because you said Geekcast, so I was like, oh.
It's what
Yeah,
some
but-
would call a force of rabbit.
Force of Rabbit. Okay, I see. But then, yeah, if you want to talk to me or something, you can always follow me on Twitter. That is at the FuryBot. You can also go to Instagram, where you see all of the geek stuff I buy, which whether it be games or collectible figures. It's at the FuryBot as well. And hey, who knows? Maybe this guy right here, who hasn't started streaming in the past since 2000, who hasn't streamed since 2017, might start streaming again in a future announcement that Herald told me not to tell anyone yet.
These nuts, look at the folks at home find me. You're not on GameByte.
You thought you thought you're gonna catch me, aren't you? But I was prepared. These nuts are always prepared. All right, so you guys can find me at so far the current handle is InstaDeeZee, InstaDeeZee. That's for
Nuts.
Twitch, Instagram, and Twitter.
We're changing that.
Yeah, hopefully we can figure something out. I think I want to make it a bit more serious. I mean, less related to Instagram. I just want to remove the Insta, and I just don't want to keep it to DZ. You know, there's so many people who have already done that. I've checked. All right, so yeah. Also, when I'm not streaming, I'm also a freelance director and soon to be heir to the corporation of my father, which is going to overthrow the world eventually. You guys can check out my website, www.diegoz.com. How about you, Harold? Where can the folks at home find you?
Well, before I say that, Diego, I think your new handle should be the real These Nuts.
The real These Nuts.
Yeah, if you don't want to be like everyone else, you should just add the real. Everyone has that, right? Like the real Sarah Palin. Like it's
The real Sarah Palin.
Okay, I am these.
You can be I am DZ. Oh
my God,
you can go Insta These Nuts. Insta These Nuts. You can do that. That would be good. That sounds good. It has a ring to it. Come on, man.
Okay.
It has a ring to it.
Okay. You guys can
God.
find me on the Quit Stalling Geekcast in about 13 hours and 13 minutes from now. 30 minutes from now. It's 1 p.m. Thursdays, Philippine Standard Time. I think it's about 9 p.m. California time the day before, so Wednesday night. You can find me on GameByte Weekly, yes. And of course, you can find me on Quit Stalling's Overwatch Scrim Nights twice a month, Tuesdays, here on twitch.tv/quitstalling. And of course, you can find me at Herald Plays on Twitter, on Instagram, and on twitch.tv/Herald Plays. Check out our event. We'll be there next week if you want to see all of us live and in the flesh. And you know, come and cosplay if you want to. And maybe you'll win 5,000 pesos. Yeah, whether it's a casual cosplay or the highest budget cosplay you could come up with. You're all welcome. Do it. Do it now.
Yep.
Oh, do it next week. February 2, 2019, 6 p.m. to 12 midnight. Free food and Lucio O's will be served. Ladies and gentlemen.
Free food.
Free food. It's been GameByte. We'll see you guys next week. Same Byte time. Same Byte channel. Also, we'll also see you on Sunday. 9 a.m. for Fist's guest appearance on the show. Very special weekend edition of GameByte will be happening. Check us out then. But till then, get off your butts and quit stalling. We'll see you lovely folks in the chat on Sunday. Bye, everybody. Bye.